Welcome to Dork Outdoors. My name's Joe and I'll be spending overnight in a bushcraft shelter, making some amazing food and trying to stay warm in freezing conditions. Gonna be a fun video. Alright, let's do this. Should have brought sunglasses. It is so bright out here. Now the trail I'm using is actually a forest service road in the summer, but in the winter it turns into a cross-country ski trail. So I'm gonna keep walking on this trail until I find somewhere good to pull off and camp. Oh, I like this. This is gonna be great for a shelter. Not only that, but we got tons of dead wood all around this area, and this is gonna make building a shelter way easier. Oh, I feel 60 pounds lighter. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get as much dead wood as I can find without having to use my saw, and I'm just gonna pile it up right here. Okay, we got a pretty decent little dead wood pile. I'm gonna take my saw and I'm gonna cut some trees that are harder to push over. Now finding these dead pines to cut down are actually pretty easy because none of them have pine needles on them. Now hardwoods like these aspens are a little bit harder to differentiate between a dead and a live one in the winter. Luckily, we have a really good example of a live one and a dead one. The live one has a bunch of tiny little branches on the top. The dead one has none. And this dead aspen is just a little bit too big for me to chop down, so I'm just gonna leave it. Now before we start building our debris shelter, I just need to take all of the sticks off of these poles here. Now the reason for that is we need the shelter to be as tight as possible. And all of these little sticks will create little air pockets if we keep them on. And we don't want that, just in case it snows. I don't want to get snowed on. There we go, that's the last of the trees. We got them all de-limbed. We got a bunch of them piled up over here. What I need to do now is just cut these logs down to size so that I can actually build the shelter. I'm gonna have myself a peanut butter honey sandwich really quick before I finish building the shelter. That may have been a pretty mediocre lunch, but dinner, oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited for it. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's get the shelter built. It's crazy how you just take a little break and all the body heat that you worked for is just gone. I'm cold now. Oh, it's so much better. Now the plan for the shelter is we're going to take the longer logs first. We're going to start from this end and then we're going to work our way down and use the smaller logs as we go. It's coming along pretty good. Now the shelter's coming along, but one thing I forgot to do is clog up this hole right here. Now the reason I need to clog that up is all of this wind is gonna funnel into my shelter through this hole. So I need to get myself some dead straight logs and I'm gonna chop them up and stack them horizontally. And what that'll do is that should effectively stop the wind from getting into my shelter. Oh, that was perfect. And then using some bank line, we're just gonna make this a little bit more secure. That ain't perfect, but it'll hold. Now all I have to do to complete this shelter is take all of these sticks here and shove them in the back and make sure there aren't any gaps. Oh no. Dang it. Now that we kind of have this fixed, we need to get the rest of this debris on top of our shelter because I do not want to be sleeping in the snow tonight. Well, we made a little bit of a dent on covering our shelter. We do have one little problem though. My debris pile has been depleted. So we need to go around and just get as many dead branches as we possibly can from the forest. Now, a cool thing about my situation is since it's winter and it's colder than below freezing, this is going to be just fine. I don't need anything crazy waterproof because it's not going to rain. And we're about, I don't know, a little more than halfway done with this shelter, so we're going to keep getting some more sticks. All right, there we go. We got ourselves a completed debris shelter. Let me give you guys a tour. This is the entrance and the sleeping quarters and the entire shelter. Tour completed. Look at that. And with the shelter completed, I can focus on getting some firewood because it's gonna get dark in like an hour and a half here. And last time I checked, it's really hard to find firewood in the middle of the night, so I wanna get what I can now. Okay, that should be enough. I'm gonna start processing this stuff. Okay, I've processed enough wood for now. I'm gonna get this fire going because it is getting dark pretty quick here. And I need to have some coals ready for this dinner. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited for it. Now the problem is all of these little sticks and twigs here are pretty wet. So we're gonna go ahead and start a fire with the inside of these logs here. The first thing we're gonna do is just split this log. Oh. There we go. So this is going to be the base for our fire right here. Now we're just going to try to split this wood as much as we can. And what we're looking for is the very middle of this. Then all this tinder I'm going to put in my pocket so I can keep it dry. And the way we're gonna get this fire started is with a piece of fat wood and a ferro rod. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we are gonna scrape off some fat wood. And you can do this a couple ways. The easiest way to do is with the 90-degree spine on a knife. And then we're just gonna scrape off as much as we can here. So now that we have a decent pile of shavings, I'm gonna start using my blade and getting some bigger pieces off. Using the wood pieces I have in my pocket, we're gonna set these aside here. And this is what we're gonna use to fuel the fire. And then we're gonna put these pieces of wood on top. We're gonna keep feeding this fire tiny sticks until it catches. I just drank the last of my water, so we're gonna get some snow and melt it. All right, the snow has melted. I do want to try to get some more snow so I can have a full pot of water because I'm gonna need it for dinner. Oh yeah, that's a lot of water. All right, there we go. The water's starting to boil. That's perfect for me. All right, there we go. And the rest of the water in this pot is going to be for dinner. And what we got on the menu is freaking amazing. We have steak, asparagus, and potatoes. I'm going to boil the potatoes first, and then I'm going to fry them. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for this. This is awesome. There we go. We got our pile of coals ready to go. I'm so excited for this. So we got our cast iron skillet. We're going to slap this here. And the asparagus we're gonna put on this little griddle. Now since potatoes take a while, we're gonna do those guys first. We're just gonna plop these in the water and put the lid on this. Potatoes are gonna go right on top of this. And then using a load of butter. Gonna get that cooking. All right, I'm eating the bacon. That is so good. I wish I had a spoon. Yeah. Now I'm just cutting these potatoes up to be a little bit smaller just so they can sear easier. And we're gonna add in some pepper, lots of salt. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, look at that. That's looking so good. I'm calling the steak quits. We're gonna move this over here. Let this just stay warm. We're gonna finish cooking these potatoes really quick. All right, I am done waiting. Oh my goodness. We got some asparagus, we got steak, and we got ourselves some potatoes. Dude, look at this. Oh. Mmm. Oh my gosh. So good. Mmm. Even the asparagus is so good. Whoa, man. That was amazing. I'll tell you what though. I am so ready for bed. I'm so tired. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Morning, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome to Earth. I didn't have a pillow last night, so I had to use a jacket. Anyways, it's a beautiful, overcast morning. Well, first things first, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna start getting a fire going. Found a bunch of resin clumps. This is gonna be pretty cool. Watch this. Look at that, it just skyrockets. It's pretty cool, huh? All right, we're gonna let that fire do its thing because we need coals for breakfast, and I got a surprise for you guys. We're gonna do bacon, eggs, and homemade bread. I'm so excited for this. And to keep this from freezing, I actually slept with this, and it was actually pretty comfortable. It got rid of some of the hard spots on the bed. So before I went to bed, I hung up some thermometers, and I want to check how cold it got last night. It actually didn't get that bad. It got down to 25 degrees. And these are just cool little wireless thermostat thingies. I don't know, but yeah, they work pretty good and they're pretty accurate. So yeah, I have two of these. I hung one up in my shelter, one outside in the forest, and these are pretty reliable. Both of them were pretty consistent with how cold it got. All right, that should be good enough to cook on. I'm so ready to eat. Ooh. Course number one, we got some crispy bacon. This one's burnt. Still absolutely amazing though. Yummy. Oh, I lost egg. Dang it. It's hard to beat campfire eggs. Oh my gosh. Now we just gotta clean this, then we can make our bread. All right, while that bread cooks up, I'm gonna get myself some boiling water because I want some hot chocolate. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's a thing of beauty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's gonna be good. So while this burn pile burns, I'm gonna go ahead and just tear down camp. Well, that was fun. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, because I got a lot planned this year, and I'll see you guys around.